So you can be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so now we're getting ready to start our session now. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, please. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally you can relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our session, it is better we take few minutes and clarify ourselves the technique we're going to practice. Why? Because as you know, nowadays, we have so much information. And just by hearing things, just by memorizing things, doesn't mean it's going to be applicable for our life. So when it comes to wisdom, or when it comes to direct perception, without interference of memory, without interference of thoughts, or without interference of mental formations, when you're able to experience something, in that very moment, you're not going to experience only the perception. You will experience the very nature of the life. You're not going to experience only the perception. You experience the very nature of life. So the living means not thinking about future, or not worry about your past or not to compare to past or the future. Living means settle down with the very moment of awareness. So when it comes to that, even in these 24 hours, how long you live, how long you truly settle down with the moment of life, because we always in somewhere else. This reason, not disconnect only from your own very being or the life or the experience. That disconnect itself bring a lot of unnecessary difficulties to our life. One of the dangerous thing is it has power to create unknown future. The gap you create when you disconnect from the moment, you kind of like become helpless person, because you don't know what will happen in the very next moment. And you don't know out of that disconnection what you create or where it's going to take you by tomorrow. And if you expand it a little bit, you don't know after you die where it's going to take you. But when you come to the very moment of connection or the awareness or the recognition or the experience, and it has power to bring the connection to your body and mind, and the mind and the body and the universe. When you are able to interconnect with this, all we call another way, this harmony. When you come to that harmony, in that very level, in that very moment, so you disconnecting from something. So there are two ways of the disconnection. One disconnection is from the moment. When you disconnect from the moment, that means when the mind and body disconnect, it creates a danger. And then it creates a kind of like the unknown future, which another way which we call samsara. That disconnection. And once you connect with the mind and body, once you connect with the moment, that connection also creates another disconnection. That disconnection is you going to disconnect from your mental formations or the sanskara or the memory or the volitions or the patterns. So that disconnection is profitable. So then when it comes to the word itself, the disconnection, then you have to have very clear understanding what you want to disconnect. You want to disconnect from the life, or you want to disconnect from the memory. So this both not going to happen at the same time. So then you have to have a choice. That choice itself, when you come to that choice come out of the awareness. That choice come out of recognition. Otherwise, you're not going to come to that point. So when you develop that, day by day, moment by moment, to be in the moment, then what will happen? Your awareness is going to become a stronger, clear, and it will start to become profitable skill to yourself. So that practice itself, if you keep continue again and again, again and again, in certain level, it will help to cultivate your entire being. And another way we call it to help you to cultivate your mind. So practicing meditation means you bring that skills to your own mind. So in the beginning, we have to put some effort. Why? Because in this very moment, it's like our memory, our formations, sanskara, volitions, our history, and that another way, our DNA we bring from our ancestors, and another way, your surname, and another way, your birthright, another way, your vasana, or another way, your merits governs your life. So it's like the sail caught up in the wind. It go wherever the winds go. That direction, it has no choice. It's go wherever the winds go. But if the consciousness become stronger, sharper, clear, then you drop your DNA, your habitual patterns, your memory, your history, your birthright from the ancestors. And then what happens? You start to sail toward the direction, wherever you want to go. It is two different ways of traveling, sailing. In the ancient time, and you may have heard, sometimes people want to travel to eastern part and they end up in the west. See that it totally can take you to different place. But how about when you're able to manage the situation and overtake the wind, and then you select the direction, and then you can reach to wherever you want. So our mind also the same like that. If you go with the habits, then what will happen? You are in kind of like the wind. So then be conscious in your life and every day, and look into yourself and question yourself, what is the meaning of this? Don't afraid to ask that question yourself. Maybe you're not going to find the answer in the very first level, first moment, but still keep questioning yourself. What is this? What is the meaning of this? And if it is not fixed with your inner understanding, don't afraid to change it. Like as example, you go to buy a hat. So when you go to the shop, maybe whatever you see, you're not going to just take it. Maybe you keep trying, And maybe the outside very beautiful, the price may be negotiable and reasonable, and it's really, match for you, but still, it doesn't fix to you. Maybe it is it's smaller, or maybe it is a little bit bigger. So like that, then you're not going to get it. And you put back. So there's something when you keep trying, maybe there's something you feel it's fit for you. That kind of feeling is giving you the comfort. And when you buy slippers, shoes, socks, and maybe there are things, it's look beautiful. And maybe other people buy it, other people take it. And you love it. But it doesn't fit for you. So in our life, deeply, the wisdom the same. Don't try to catch the wisdom because of other people say it is like that way. So you have to get it to yourself and see how it fit for you. So when it comes to meditation, to get into that, you have to be so flexible. You cannot be so tough. You cannot have mental views. You have to be so flexible, and you should ready to bend all the joints in your body. Be like water. That's the good example. Be like water. Be formless. Be relaxed and be open to anything in this very moment. Don't allow any memory to overtake. Don't allow any thoughts when you close your eyes, that whatever the thoughts come, that's mean something else, not related to meditation. It is something else. Look into that. So when you hear this, there is a way that you have to get into yourself, that whatever it's not only the meditation. So whatever in day-to-day life. So it's called, another way it's called the sutta. In the ancient time, the orally people used to bring the knowledge. And so people used to hear things. And today, everywhere, that we hear things, and we can capture the many kind of ideas nowadays. It's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it is beautiful, and it told by very famous people, gurus, maybe millions views on YouTube, and thousand sharings on Facebook. That's how nowadays people measure the value of information. But in this information era, still you have to remember yourself how you can filter something and get into yourself. It is your birthright as a human being. If you go in this wisdom path, remember that. So you listen openly, without putting your ideas or the memories or the views. You listening. Don't afraid for that. Don't afraid for any knowledge to be available yourself. Even in the practice meditation, don't afraid for any experience to be available yourself. Be ready to experience anything. Even when you become conscious, in that very conscious level, if you feel like you are hungry or you are hurting or maybe you're going to die, it's okay. Because if you go with that, you're never going to come back. You've done it because you conquer that. That's your final destination. But if you start to give up because of that, and what will happen deeply? Again and again, again and again, that whatever the feelings or the sensation going to become stronger. So look at the Buddha's life itself. And look at the most of the enlightened masters' character, their behavior. And when they come to take a very conscious decision, and they are 100% available for that moment. So when you deeply want to experience something, you have to develop that nature. At 5 minutes, it's okay. In that 5 minutes, you have to develop. It doesn't matter whatever happened, whoever talked to you, whoever called you, you're not going to answer that. Maybe you feel thirsty, maybe you feel tired, sleepy, you're not going to give up that. Even you die, it's okay. So like that, you have to be available for the moment. And sutta, that you are available to listen, and datta, and that's mean you recognize it. It is not just the blindly yourself just because you heard and you just keep going or keep telling or keep doing. Datta, you recognize the meaning. If you don't understand it, again and again question it. Practice point of view, argue with it. Practice point of view, discuss about it. Practice point of view, get into deeper and search for that. And then you will see that you're going to be very clear. And then in the very next level that you have to vachasa parichita. And then you have to bring it to words. And somehow you have whatever you know, verbalize it. And because when you verbalize it, when it becomes very clear. I mean, you may know there are good people, they're very wise people. And if you give a paper or exam, and they will, get the highest mark. But when it comes to discussion, they cannot tell it. But look at the Buddha. He understood this wisdom. And then what happened? To anybody. And according to that person, and Buddha used to explain it. And whoever heard, even in the same environment, child, teenager, young person, middle-aged person, old person, and maybe very old person, if that everybody listening to the Buddha, everybody feel like personally that the Buddha talked to them. That is because the vachasa parichita means you able to verbalize your experience and bring out it, and according to the environment, and according to the listener, according to the receiver, and you're able to bring it out. Otherwise, you not come to, oh, you cannot understand it, don't ask this question, oh, you have to give practice, and then later you ask me this. So like that, sometimes we hear, oh, you are not capable to understand, so don't ask it. Like that, sometimes people say that. But when it comes to vachasa parichita, that's mean you develop because you deeply to understand it. Manasanupekkita. And not only that, and in your mind, you look it again and again, again and again, and up and down. You clarify yourself, and you develop that the mental capacity to analyze. It is not, you're not going to accept something with doubt. Sometimes in our life, how many things we do without very clear understanding. And sometimes we say yes to things with the doubt. And it's a very simple, very conventional example. You have no idea how many people get married with the doubt. And they have no idea what will happen in future, or maybe we think even very 3-4 months in their marriage life. See what will happen out of that marriage. The people get into that situations without knowing what will happen. They have no idea about it. Why? Then when you get into trouble, and then you start to blame to other people. No, it is your responsibility. Because you are the one who start this. So in meditation also remember, without clear understanding, don't get into practice. Because once you close your eyes, if you have a doubt, what is this? And that doubt start to become stronger, then you kind of like practicing doubt meditation. And it's kind of like there are some people always questions. Always they question, asking. And they have inner nature to question everything, and then because they don't have capacity to experience, and whatever comes, they developing the question, and they sit for meditation to thinking, to ask a question. So then their meditation become question meditation, and they become good at asking questions, not understanding. So don't get into that. And even in your life. So it is not only meditating, day-to-day life, you have to apply this as these qualities as mental abilities. Manasanupekkita, in mentally, in your mind, be very clear. If you are not clear, go into it, question it, argue it, don't accept. It doesn't matter from where it comes. It doesn't matter what high priest or who, it may be very famous person. Don't afraid to say no. That is where you going to be who you are. That is where you going to recognize your wisdom. Otherwise, you're going to caught up in this huge waves keep coming in this social environment. Because we're living in this information era, and look at everywhere, you can get informations like this, 100 years, information you can get in 1 second. And you have access now through online to most of the libraries and most of the universities and most of the books. And 100 years back, it didn't happen like that. So then today we live with the information, but you have to remember, whatever you learn, whatever you know, and be very clear with inside you. And the next quality out of that, Ditya Suppati Vijja, and that means that internalize. Don't just keep it as just information. Internalize it, absorb it, and completely become like it. And then there is no separation. What you understood anymore, it is not information. It become you. Like the food, what you eat in the very next day, it become you. So then what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, invisibly become you. So mostly what happens, the doubt, unclarity, unsatisfaction become us. But here, this is a method that you develop. Awareness become you. So then there's no separation. There's nothing to practice because the awareness always there. So then the direct perception always happening. Clear comprehension always there with you. Then your life itself become a meditation. Otherwise, how far we have to go like this? In case, that maybe what will happen to this internet or the Zoom, and then anymore we cannot conduct this way. And what will happen, maybe the virus situation become more worse in the few days, and we go caught up in that, and what will happen? Maybe we cannot practice anymore. So that doesn't mean what you know going to disappear. So then as soon as possible, internalize it. This is not a rocket science. Observing your sensation for your inhalation, exhalation, and settle down with it. Without interference, without any personal view, without any preconditioned mind. First level, just start to settle down with the sensation and observe it very clearly. And once you settle down with that, and whatever you experience in this very moment, right now, right here, so that should be your address while you practice. The moment by moment, moment by moment. If the mind go here and there, you come back to that address. Right now, right here. Keep that address with you. And then, so what you experience, not only from the outside, not only from just with the perception, you're going to see. Then deeply you drop the perception, now you get into that. And now you drop the perception and you start to go into the perceiver, observer, the inside, who I am. What is this? What is this that I experience? What is this me? What is this recognition? And you go there. But without settle down, without getting to tranquility state, you cannot go into that. Maybe some people can. We cannot say everybody cannot do it. Maybe somebody can do it. But normally, averagely, it cannot. Because sometimes your mental ideas can go there, not the real, clear recognition. You cannot catch the recognizer. So then you have to be smart to catch the recognizer. In the very first level, settle down and develop the tranquility state. And then deeply, thoroughly observe. And with the analytical mind, and see what you experience. And then you will see experiencer and the experience both change. And perception and the perceiver both change. Object and the subject both change. When you come to a point, this moment of experience, what? Nothing. That is the truth. Hold it to that. That what you see as nothing is the truth. But what happens? We don't want to see it. In this outside layer, our mind like to keep repeating, holding, grasping with the feelings, ideas, thoughts, emotions. So like that, and because of that, your thoughts localize your own previous habits that you experience as life. This everything localized of mind. So we caught up in that. That is the conventional world. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to be here. And again and again, again and again, when people will localize their mind with this material world, but we're not going to be forever here. We're going to be for a very limited time. So then you have a choice. Are you want to go with this localized mental images, or are you really want to experience the ultimate truth of this existence? So it is up to you. So with that choice, with that decision, you should sit for meditation. And once you sit for that, you have to remember this practice is not babysitting for your own emotions, your own ideas. This practice is not to babysit for your own egocentric mind. This is kind of like you get into the laboratory and you deeply investigate and you want to see the ultimate truth of this inner happening or the experience. So then you have to remember, rather than babysitting with your egocentric, self-centered mind, just think this is a real job that you have to done right now, right here. And as a human being, you are qualified for that. There's no any other living beings around us can do this. You are the only one can take a conscious decision and go for it. So use that ability and experience it yourself. So in this full moon day and all this environment, bringing all the necessary qualities to practice it yourself. Your entire head to toes, entire whole nerve system, each and every atom, and today tune to that highest vibration. And today you have a great opportunity to get into the highest level of your spiritual practice. Then only thing is yourself. Give your best. Keep that all the thoughts away for a moment. There's nothing wrong with that thoughts. So whatever come to your mind, that maybe it is very important for your life. But in these few minutes we're going to practice, just be very limited to your own body. And keep your mind in your body and just go with the primary mental object in the beginning, and then slowly enter to the deeper level of your inner experience. So with that, we're going to practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. And bring your attention to your body and observe head to toes and say Suvapat Veva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, we transfer these merits to your guardian angels and deities. May they be able to gain these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chami sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam paribunjissami idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.